What are we doing today? I'm doing some investigative journalism into Stronghold. Why am I doing this? Well, besides the fact that the artifact has like a bazillion different sword related things, right? It's kind of a good season to be doing sword stuff, and I know there's a couple things that I'm missing here, so I'll fix that. I am tired of seeing Stronghold Titans in my activities only holding block and doing nothing else. I am tired of it. The most recent time I've had it happen was where someone managed to get like 22 kills in an activity with like over 500 enemies. 22 kills. I am tired of seeing Stronghold Titans just holding the sword and doing this. That's it. I'm tired of this. This is the look what I can do mom build, okay? This is what an 11-year-old calls their mom for, to call them into the computer room to be, hey mom, look what I can do. And that's it. And this is all you do. And you just stand there like an idiot holding sword block and do nothing. You don't die, but you don't do anything. So I'm finally going to make a Stronghold build. I have one here and I want to play around with it and see what can you actually do and what should you be doing with Stronghold as a Titan. Because if I see any more Stronghold Titans just holding block saying, look what I can do, like they're goddamn, exactly, Stuart from Mad TV, Micah McDonald, look what I can do. That's nice, dear, or however she said it. If I gotta see one more of those, I'm gonna lose my mind. Like, let's look at Stronghold, right? Maximize guard stats on equipped swords. Got it. You take reduced damage while blocking with a sword. Very obvious. Rapidly damaging targets after blocking shots with a sword grants restoration for a duration determined by the number of shots blocked. This is the part that we need to use to our advantage. Restoration for a duration. This is the, like, it's like people stop reading after the second sentence. This is the good part right here of the exotic. Grants restoration. And it's good resto. Yeah, it's resto X2. This is what we need to be using. In Lawless Frontiers, you know, healing, like a lot of healing stuff is kind of nerfed. I understand that. So I do want to try it in like some solo ops, some fire team ops, a bunch of different places. But it feels like people don't want to use this at all, right? I'm kind of like all over the place with my stats. My super is very low. I'm not getting my super a ton. I went with higher health just because, like, I feel like if there's a time to go with higher health stat, it's probably with a sword focused build where you're in the fray a lot. A lot of things are gonna be constantly hitting you. And just being able to have a bit of a backup plan with the health per orb, I think is not bad. Obviously went a little high on the weapon damage. I also went higher on the grenade stat, thinking that I was going to use my grenade a bit more. I did not use my grenade like basically at all. So like this can be obliterated. And if I were to completely redo this set, I would definitely be speccing for way higher weapon. I would be trying to max this out. Decent amount of health. I would love to juice up my super a little bit more as well. So like health, super, and weapons is probably the direction that I would be going in. Yeah, didn't end up using my grenade in the slightest. I wasn't sure about it. I thought maybe that I would, but even if like it's such a low impact part of your kit that like I do not need 92 grenade stat. I just don't. And like class ability, I don't need any of that either. Melee ability, you could argue on Strand has a little more value. Like I would definitely trade melee for a grenade stat right now. On Strand specifically, if I was on Solar, I probably wouldn't prioritize my melee stat too much either. Maybe if I was like on healing grenade on Solar, I would spec up my grenade stat a little bit more. The health stuff was just kind of to experiment. Because we all know health is kind of a dump stat right now, right? I understand that. I just wanted to experiment. I haven't done a lot of sword-based gameplay in a very long time, so I just wanted to experiment with health. Just wanted to see how it goes. I have 2-piece smoke jumper and 2-piece tech stack just because that's what I had in my vault. Like I don't have 4-piece sword master. So if you can get 4-piece sword master, that's obviously very good. Even some of the stuff from the dungeons, not too bad either. I think a lot of people have been saying more sword master over the dungeon stuff, but like if you're that much of a sword enthusiast, you probably should just have both. This is also a good bonus, right? When you pick up an orb of power, you should be doing that quite often, so you get a bunch of damage reduction on and off, which is pretty nice. And then like tech stack with the kinetic damage bonuses to, you know, objects in the field, that's not the worst thing either. But also if I didn't have these set bonuses, do I think that much would really change? No. No, I don't. Couple different setups. I went with a Strand setup. I know that Solar is working very well with Practic Blade because you're popping crazy amount of ignitions. It's very easy to be igniting stuff. I'm just going with Strand. Fragments are not anything crazy. While I have Woven Mail, Weapon Final Blows create a Tangle. Then we're leveraging into the Fray for the Tangle destruction, getting more Woven Mail. Then Generation is just here because I really don't have anything else to slot in here. We have Warding as well for more Woven Mail. And then I have Isolation in here in case I need some long distance Sever potential as like a backup. There wasn't anything else in here that I was like, I feel like we need this, right? Like maybe you could do a Threat of Ascent just for some convenience, right? Activate your grenade to reload your weapon if you happen to not be running with a sword in like your heavy slot or something like that. I don't really know, but like you could like do anything in like the frag. Like you really just only need the aspects. I had my time with swords where I was actually enjoying using them, but for a very long time, I just have not been the biggest sword enjoyer, which is why I never looked at it. So let's see what we should actually be doing. All right, let's mess around and get a triple double. You feel me? You're also gonna have to forgive my sorting skills. It's been a very long time since I've done any sort of like actual sword-based gameplay where it's legitimately serious. So if you're like, why is bro not doing XYZ? It's because like I'm still like getting used to this. All right, so let's switch to here. Let's switch to here. Let's do a little blocking, a little blocky. If the enemies want to shoot. Guys, can you, sir, you guys, sir, guys, well, they're not really hitting me. There we go. Finally got my sword thing up. Block that real quick. They're just like permanently they're permanently blind. Give myself a little bit of Woven Mail there. Oh, this guy's pissed. Ow! The only problem with double sword is I really don't have an answer for these engineer brigs. Do it. Can you block their Giga Boy attack? You kind of can. That's sick. Dude, everything is disoriented. What do you even need to block for? I'm just standing here like an idiot. Oh, God. All right, here. I don't feel like my health has ever really been in any danger whatsoever. Great melee. Editor, cut that. We're here to slander Stronghold. I'm not here to slander Stronghold, okay? I am here to slander the people using Stronghold in dumb ways, which is just holding block and not doing anything with the block. Now, granted, in an activity like this, you do kind of need to actually contribute by swinging the sword. I want to start to see like more of the end game sections here. First couple of rounds are kind of baby game. I will say one of the shining features of the lightsaber is that like reflect damage actually does something. I mean, I would never use it against a boss like this because like it would just take forever. But like I appreciate that reflected damage like actually has some kind of use now. It's not like completely stupid. Dude, I also have just like near permanent Woven Mail as well. All right, now we're starting to get into like the higher level stuff. Enemies are a bit tankier, they're hitting a bit harder, but like my health has been of quite literally zero concern. Okay, well maybe when there's like 17 exploder shanks, that's a bit more of a problem, but it's a problem for everybody, right? It's not just it's just not sword people, it's kind of everybody. All right, what happens if I just tank it? Okay, literally nothing. Literally nothing happens. The one time that the only block people were right. Sir? Oh, good. Nope, I ungrabbed it, or I start blocking at the wrong time. Why is there only 2 of us in here? And it's a level 3. Nope, 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 nope. I was trying to hold block and then unhold res so that he wouldn't insta-die, and then I just stopped holding both. Oh my god, just do the animation, man. Like, okay, this is the one part where I'll give it to you on like the blocking stuff. Like, now that reflect damage actually does something, it feels really good. I've basically fully restored my health and been killing stuff this whole time. This is like the one acceptable time to just hold block and never do anything else. Is when you're defending this spot against only ranged enemies. This is the only time it's acceptable. Sir, thank you for the help, but please, just stay back. He's joined in. He's like, fuck it, bro. We're in trouble. I know you're testing, but welcome to the Stronghold cult. I'm investigating how I think people should be using this. Any reason I went with Strand Banner of War over Solar Restoration? The Banner of War aspect. And literally that's it. It is that good. It is all I need to say. Just the Banner of War aspect. But we'll probably end up taking a look at both. Sir, where are you going? But also, like, we're on Strand. I've been getting tons of restoration. I've only died because I let go of block when a giant spider tank was going to kill me. Everything else has been totally fine. I got Woven Mail. I have Banner of War. Heal procs. Keeping me alive. Like, we got it all, baby. What else do I need? I'll leave some for the rest of y'all. You're so unkillable. Hold block for like a little bit and then go back to smacking people, man. Resto X2, Banner of War, Woven Mail. People are scared to die? You have to be playing this so stupid to die. You have so many, like the only thing you're missing is Devour. Imagine you had Devour on this thing, you would quite literally never die. And like we were steadily regaining health in the you don't regain health activity. And we were two-manning this. We two-manned this the whole time and got the A+. I'm playing with the level 3, with the damn level 3 in here, man. The people using Stronghold don't know how to make a build and use a build like you. That's what we're here for, baby. All right, aspects. I mean, we're not taking Consecration because I'm never gonna use it. We want Sunspots. Sunspots are good, and we can do Roaring Flames. It's fine. Otherwise, we want more Scorch stacks to easily apply ashes. We want Char to spread those ignitions. I mean, I would say we want Restoration, but I don't think we're gonna need Restoration. Torches, what is it? Yeah, Eruption. Ignitions are really fun. I just felt like they've been kind of tame compared to some other stuff that's been popping off. I'll probably just stay on the Strand sword. I'm not really sweating it. Drift for this build is pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really happy with how this turned out. I think it looks slick as hell. I know we're like one shader Andying it right now, but this ornament goes crazy with the chest piece and the helmet. Again, goated change, being able to use whatever ornament you want. Kind of looks like I have jeans on. Well, a little bit. I think it works. It even looks like I got a little booty going on. It's God's yoinkiest sploinker? Holy. We've been blessed, bro. From the Latin yoinkus sploinkum. Okay. Well, unfortunately, when we have someone in the lobby who actually knows what they're doing, can AoE entire groups of enemies down, it might be a little bit tougher to showcase. Just gonna do that to activate the blades. Mainly just to show that I studied it. Got him. Some of these enemies are dying too quickly. Like, the ignitions are not going off. Like, how am I going to get an ignition on a Dreg, brother? We got to wait until that late game. It's almost not even, like, worth showcasing anything from these beginning periods. He's still here. This guy's still invading. What are you doing? We're playing an Arc Raiders over here? Bro's invading. He's like, friendly, friendly. Oh, there you go. Now they're fighting. And guys on the Scout. I mean, I guess I can respect the Scout Rifle. It's like the only time that... that is useful. You just sent that into Narn. What's going on? Neat. Let's get a little resto. A little bit of resto rolling. That boss did kind of smack the crap out of us. Now, Vandals or any enemies with like Lord of Wolves, I can understand wanting to be a little more block happy. These guys hurt, man. They hurt real bad. Okay, let's see how this final wave goes. I've definitely noticed me being a little more fragile with this setup, but we're also playing with people who actually know what they're doing. So when you're playing with people who actually know what they're doing, it's a little bit harder to showcase how good something can be, especially again when they're in the behemoth and they're just like two-shotting everything. Like, what are we doing here, man? Yeah, I think, I don't know, at least against the Fallen, my complaint here is that, like, bro, I never get to ignite anything. Everything dies in the amount of swings it takes to proc the ignition. Yeah, I want to give this one another go. I feel like I did nothing on this one. Yeah, look how, yeah. Dude, the behemoth is crazy, man. No wonder I had so many people in the Let's Argue being like, bro, can they nerf us? What do I need to give a shit about guns when the behemoth two-shots everything in the game? Yeah, the Fallen have such like a weak, at least on this one, they have such a weak exfil. I also want to try it in non-Lawless Frontiers gameplay because, you know, I think we're very used to Lawless Frontiers right now and how the health works in there. And I've been playing so much Lawless Frontiers that whenever I go to non-Lawless Frontiers stuff, I'm always surprised at how quickly I will die. Just because I'm like, I play it like I have 5x the amount of health that I usually do. I feel like Savathûn Spire is a pretty good example. Good amount of enemies in there. I feel like this is probably not going to be that bad at all. Like, I don't think I'm even going to need to use the stronghold part in a lot of this. Okay, never mind. That guy is a very pissed ogre. We all died. See what I mean about feeling super fragile? I think we're already dead. Last guy. Good luck, gamer. How many reses did they... He just left. He didn't even try. He just left. How many reses did they start you with? 2? Look at me. Look at me, ogre. Look at me. Look at me. That is some cookery on the reflect, brother. I think overall, I still probably prefer banner over solar, but if we had like an artifact that actually had some solar stuff, or we had an artifact that had strand stuff, I would be leaning towards one of those directions more, just because we have artifact support, right? Like this season we just have sword, arc, and void, and we're not working with arc or void. Why don't you use reflection, Corey? You can spread more scorch, because I'm trying not to be like an only block Andy. The whole point of what I'm doing right now is to show people that you don't only need to block in order to play Stronghold. And if I do that, it just incentivizes me to hold block more, which I don't want to do. I also thought that I would be switching to my other sword a bit more during these times, and I'm not. Ow. Oh my... Can this just keep me on the target for 3 seconds, man? Just try to stand in one spot and hit the dude. Oh, we can just kill the boss. Okay. Sir? Yippee. Yeah, I still think I prefer the Strand variant for now. This is a little more reliable. You get some moments here and there where like the ignitions are popping and that feels pretty good, but I think just like the reliability of Strand is going to help people kind of branch off of just only feeling like they can hold block and can't do anything else, right? You got to be willing to weave in and out, I think, for the solar stuff a bit more, whereas on Strand you can more freely just click the frickin' button and just whack stuff to death. I see the vision. I see the vision behind Stronghold. I get why people want to block so much. It partly might just because like they're just scared. You're just scared of unblocking because you're gonna die. In Lawless Frontiers, I think that is a non-factor given how much health you start with. Obviously you want to, you know, like not eat 6 explode shanks to the face, but you're so much more resilient in something like Lawless Frontiers that I don't think you need to be spamming block the entire time. It's about weaving the blocking, to get the restoration, to then leverage that into relatively risk-free damage. But yeah, otherwise, just I hope that people start doing more than just sitting there and blocking. It's going to take a little more finesse. I understand that, but I think it's so much more rewarding as well to be able to go back and forth and actually see that you have some amount of kills on the freaking scoreboard at the end instead of like 22 kills and you're like, yeah, but I didn't die. Yeah, but you didn't contribute anything either. I think that's all I got on Stronghold, man. It's a very good setup. It's a very strong setup. If you play with Banner of War, you're never going to die, especially in Lawless Frontiers. Other content, be a little more careful. I understand. And reflecting's fun. I also understand it now that it's actually worth a damn. But be more aggressive, man. Be aggressive. Be aggressive. It's fun. I don't care to just like whack, 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 whack.